they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. McCarthy operating from the gun. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Going quickly out to the right side. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Looking to throw McCarthy. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Jacoby Myers with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Connects with Kittle underneath. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Daniels looking to throw. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 10 yards there. Good for a Washington 1st down.
Oh, they got 2 clock on, bro.
These
That's
two teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And the slot man goes in motion left. To the air goes Daniels. That's complete to Pearsall. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Washington.
A give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. James Cook with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Commanders 14, Vikings 7.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Here's McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They'll look to throw now on first down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Flush to his right. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Here's Daniels. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And outbounds right around the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. Sheds off the tackle. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
He stiff arms him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. That's caught by Myers. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jacoby Myers. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Connects with Kittle underneath. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now Daniels. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Back to throw now on 1st down. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Back to throw again. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
You know it's not an easy job to try and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. Daniels going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
brings up 3rd and 1.
Hands it off out of the gun. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. Inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. Back to throw. Daniels. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They'll run with Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Christian Kirk from 6 yards away. And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So Washington now with an important 2-point conversion attempt.
The Commanders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Daniels going to try and throw for it. Rolling to his right. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Quick throw complete. Touchdown! T.J. Hawkinson, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Vikings will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
2nd and 3. It's complete to Cook. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, Daniels escaping the pressure right. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Daniels looking to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. To the air goes Daniels. To the right side and caught by Center. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly a must. It's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And this is Cook with a grab. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That is caught. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Daniels. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Back to throw. Daniels. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Byron Murphy, and the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Vikings, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves